Welcome back to Moony Makes. My name is Callie, and today we are going to be making pancakes. So everybody needs a fluffy buttermilk pancake recipe to make on a lazy Sunday morning, and this recipe is going to be your new go-to recipe. I can promise you that. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So let's get into the ingredients. This is what we're going to be using. I have some all-purpose flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda. I have some buttermilk. You could really use any milk of your choice, dairy-free, whatever you have, whatever you like. But buttermilk is very traditional and is gonna make these pancakes really soft and fluffy. I also have some vanilla, a couple of egg yolks, and egg whites. So what you wanna do is separate the egg yolks from the egg whites, and we'll talk about why later. And I have some melted butter, salt, and that's it. So let's get right into it. First things first, we are going to take all of our dry ingredients and give them a mix. So that's our flour, our salt, baking powder, baking soda, and that's it for now. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing in the background. He has the zoomies right now. So I'm just adding a little bit of kosher salt to this, and then I'm just gonna give this a quick whisk to get everything nice and incorporated. Okay, this looks good. So next up, I'm gonna throw in my melted butter along with my egg yolks, my buttermilk, and that's it for now. And we're just in the vanilla actually, and we're just gonna give this a quick whisk to get everything nice and incorporated. The key to a really soft pancake is not over mixing the batter. So if you still have some kind of lumps and bumps of flour, totally fine. It's gonna work out, leave them in there. You don't wanna overwork the batter. So I'm just gonna give this a stir. And while I stir this up, let's talk about why I'm separating the egg yolks from the egg whites. So this is a trick that I learned from Tasty, and it's just a really good method to get these pancakes nice and fluffy without having to whip the egg whites to stiff peaks. So if you separately add the egg whites, which we are about to do shortly, it really just gives you a fluffy pancake with so much less work, which is wonderful. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so this is looking wonderful. As you can see here, there's still some lumps of flour, totally fine. So next we're gonna throw in the egg whites, and we're just gonna mix in the egg whites until you don't see any of the kind of runny egg white running through the batter. So just really quickly toss them through. Again, try not to overmix. Okay, this looks wonderful. So I just want to add that I know earlier I said that if you don't want to use buttermilk, you can substitute any other kind of milk, and that is true, but you may need to add a little bit more flour. Buttermilk is a lot thicker than like dairy-free milk or even 2% milk, so just keep that in mind when you're making these. So, okay, this looks good. So I'm gonna clean up and then let's make some pancakes. Okay, so I've already gotten started on making my pancakes, but here I have a non-stick cooking pan that's heating up over medium-low heat, and I already sprayed it with a little bit of cooking spray. You could also use any kind of vegetable oil, canola oil, neutral oil. I don't recommend using butter. And to the pan, what we're gonna do is add about quarter to a third cup of the batter right on in. I like to kind of spread it around like so once it hits the pan. And next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait until we see a bunch of little tiny bubbles that scatter all over the top of the pancake. Once you see those bubbles, which should take maybe like a minute and a half or so, you're gonna flip the pancake and then cook the second side for about a minute or so. It always takes less time to cook the second side than the first side. So once I see those little tiny bubbles, I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll flip. Okay, so we're back. See over here how you see all these tiny little bubbles? That lets us know it's time to flip. So, voila. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue making these pancakes, and then I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how fluffy and absolutely amazing these pancakes really are. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this recipe. These pancakes are fluffy, they're soft, they're absolutely amazing. And while you're here, be sure to check out my vegan pancake recipe, my chocolate chip pancake recipe, and my healthy pancake recipe, which I'll link all of the recipes to down below, so be sure to check that out. And as always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, moonymakesrecipes.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make these pancakes. I promise you're gonna love them, and let me know what you think, because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.